I am here so pleased to be with Dr. Marty Becker. He's known as America's veterinarian. You've seen him on Good Morning America, where he's a contributor. He's also the resident vet for Dr. Oz. You can see his articles in Parade magazine, just to name a few. Well, he has written a book. It's called Your Dog, the Owner's Manual. And can you believe he is traveling the country for the next 2 months, stopping from city to city? He's talking to people like you to answer your pet questions. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, my friend.
Such a pleasure.
I can always call you friend. We met.
Yes.
So we're both like Labrador retrievers, right?
I know.
It's nice though with humans we don't have to greet each other like dogs, don't you think?
That would be a little strange, wouldn't it? Well, here's the deal. This is what I love about your book, because it truly does cover from puppyhood to senior years. And since my website is specifically for senior pets, I thought we would get more into that. And first, let's talk about seniors and how healthcare has improved. I think dogs are living longer and better.
Yeah, well, when I was growing up on a farm and ranch in southern Idaho, it was really unusual. First of all, it was unusual to see dogs in a veterinary hospital. Then they started to become treated like family members. Cats, and then were more barn cats and things, but then you started seeing more cats. And now, you know, dogs have been welcomed into our hearts and homes as true family members. We call them our children, right? Call ourselves their pets' mom and dad. But because of better nutrition, better veterinary care, and because more pets are inside only now, or at least, you know, just go out to do their business, but come back inside, they're living happier, healthier, fuller lives. So veterinary medicine is better, the nutrition is better. But you also see some of the ravages of old age that we didn't see before. And so you see pets now that have severe periodontal disease, or you see pets that have arthritis, or they have other metabolic conditions. The lucky thing is there's steps you can take, I call them kind of the furry fountain of youth, to help a dog live 30% longer, or an average of 4 years. And should I tell you what those two things are?
Please do.
Number one is to keep a pet at or near their ideal body weight. And that's about what they weigh as a young adult. Or you can look in a breed book and see what the breed should weigh, or you can ask your veterinarian, because 50% of people with overweight pets, when asked to describe their body style, rated it as ideal. So there is no bikini season for dogs. You know, there is no last year's pair of Levi's they try to squeeze into and think
That's right.
they ain't lying, or else somebody washed them in the hot water, right? There's no stick thin dog models on Animal Planet where they go, I want to look like that, just like that. But there's some simple tests you can do to tell if your pet is overweight or obese. You can rub your fingers along their ribs, and there should feel a light layer of fat. When you look at your dog from above, there should be an indentation at the waist, so it should look like an hourglass, a tucked waist, not a cylinder. When you view from the side, there should be an indentation at the waist, like a wasp. So if you see a dog that's a cylinder and you can't feel the ribs, that dog is overweight or obese, and all sorts of things happen. Increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, respiratory problems, skin problems, joint problems especially. Number two is good oral health, and that means daily oral care. Now, daily oral care doesn't equal brushing. There's a good, better, best that I've talked about for years. I just did a GMA segment, a Dr. Oz segment on this. Good is a dental rinse, and that's something every dog has to drink. It's flavorless, and so if they're going to drink water, it helps keep the periodontal disease down. Better is to take advantage of a dog's natural tendency to chew. That means those greenies that you see out there that have the veterinary oral health care seal of approval. Dentistix you can buy in a grocery store. You can use enzyme impregnated rawhide chews. There's one I called Hextra by Verbac you can get from your vet that has chlorhexidine in it. So they chew the rawhide, bathe their teeth in chlorhexidine. A Kong toy that has canned food put in it, and a little pencil rawhide put in it, and frozen, we call it a Kong sickle. They'll work and work and work on that. There's also a product called Oravet you can get from your veterinarian that's a dental sealant. You just wipe it, a little wax right on the gums like this, on the teeth, and it migrates around and provides a barrier. So every dog's going to chew, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
You can do that. Now, best is brushing.
Okay.
My wife brushes all her dog's teeth every day.
Wow.
I don't, she does. When she's not around, I do it. The cats are on their own. I mean, I have not brushed my cat's teeth, and I don't even recommend it. You should, I mean, we still want some.
And this is coming from a vet.
That's coming from America's vet. So 5% of the people brush their pet's teeth. That is the best. But what we actually do is we brush our dog's teeth every day. Then we give them a dental treat. There's nothing called Dentease. It looks like an asterisk. It's about this long, and And between those two things, I have never had our dog's teeth professionally cleaned. And one dog's 9, one dog's 8, and they should have had it done 3 times by now.
Wow, that's
the
very
importance of that.
That is very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, another thing that you talk about in your book that I love, particularly for the senior pets, and this is in the last chapter too of this book, when you address the senior pet
Mm-hmm.
issues, but also not only their physical well-being but their mental well-being
Yes.
too.
I've had dogs come in. One of the things about a veterinarian is you always try to match people's mood. You know, you don't want to be, because I'm friendly by nature, but you don't want to smile and do nodding and an eyebrow flash, you know, when the laboratory values have plummeted or the histopathology report from that growth we took off is not the result we wanted. But sometimes people will come in and it's the last chapter of their pet's life, they think. And they're afraid you're going to say this, because this pet is suffering, there's nothing we can do. It's really incredible, some of these pets. They're so shackled by hidden pain. People do not realize that that dog that is not as playful anymore, or that dog that has stopped, grooming itself, that it doesn't walk the same. It bunny hops rather than striding out. That it doesn't want to play anymore. It very well could be hidden pain. It can be an affected tooth. It can be an aching hip. There's another condition called cognitive disorder syndrome. It's called early canine brain aging. It's like early Alzheimer's. Like dogs never get full Alzheimer's, but it's like early Alzheimer's. And I'll give you an example. I had a lady come in with an Australian Shepherd that she said, I've had this dog longer than I've been married. I've had it longer than I've had my family. And I love this dog. But it was showing the signs. She thought the dog was on its way out. Mm-hmm. And I says, well, listen, tell me about it. So she tells house soiling accidents. Never had soiled the house before, every once in a while. It'd walk into a room and act confused, like, what am I doing in this room? It would stand by the wrong side of the door on times. So, the door swings one way, it would be on the other side. It wasn't as playful. Acted like she come on like maybe it doesn't even know me. She says, oh gosh, its senses were dulled. I said, this is cognitive disorder syndrome, and it's caused by free radical damage to the brain. So I put this dog on a very simple antioxidant cocktail. So it has like resveratrol from red wine. It has ginkgo biloba. It has an EPA in it. And they tell you it takes about a month to see a difference. But in this case, and several others I've used it on, 1 week later she calls back. The dog had gotten into its toy box. Hadn't been there 5 years. Dug through it, found its favorite toy, threw it up in the air, caught it in the air, and ran off.
Oh. Talk about a success story. That is amazing.
Yeah, they thought this, and if you'd misdiagnosed it somewhere, that all it was that. And so now, for these pets as they get older, you put them on, there's products called Senalife or NovaFit. Mm-hmm. You put them on these products. There's actually a brain diet too, called Hill's Prescription Diet, BD. You put them on these brain diets, and it reverses that stuff. And it's like all of a sudden you put brand new batteries in it. Pets can't tell you where it hurts, number one. If you look hard, if you look nowhere to look, there's little subtle signs, but they can't tell you it hurts. 2, they age faster. It's not really the 1 year, usually every 7 years formula, but like the first year of a dog's life, they're about 18 years old. So they're full physical size, sexually mature, just not mentally mature. And so we uncover things early on before there's unnecessary pain, expense, or worse. Mm-hmm. And that's one other thing about people is a lot of times now money is a big barrier.
Right.
Because you're coming in and your budget's a concern. And that's one of the reasons I'm really a big fan of veterinary pet insurance is it gives you a chance to invest a small amount each month. It's like paying your cell phone bill. And then when your pet gets sick, it's like you're able to say, do whatever needs to be done. So you kind of return a portion to them.
Right.
And people really like to cash in because it's, they've been paying this thing and now, okay, it's time and they're ready to do it. And whether, why would I have veterinary pet insurance myself as America's veterinarian? Because a kidney transplant can cost $18,000 to $20,000. And yes, they do kidney transplants in dogs. And this dog on the cover right here, this dog right here, that dog needed a kidney transplant, that dog would get a kidney transplant. If that dog needed neurosurgery at the Animal Medical Center in New York, that dog would get that. That is my wife's little angel.
Well, we are out of time.
Oh.
I know, I wish we had more time. I really do. But, you have a road trip. You have a lot of places to go.
We're on Lady Gaga's tour bus, you know that? We really are.
It is really pimped out. It's very nice.
If that thing could talk, I was laughing at him because we're not exactly like the rappers or the rock stars around there. We've got homeless puppies and kittens on there, a little pillow I have, a little dog to lay on, and I asked him, we're just like those others, aren't we? And they go, no, you vanilla. You vanilla. I love that, so I'm vanilla.
I love it. Dr. Becker, it has been such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. And good luck with the rest of your tour.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. Don't forget, your dog, the owner's manual. Get it, get it, get it.